we need a decisive victory on this to be able to move forward. So our defensive force, with no proper scout to feel the enemies, probably not gonna be able to do it, but it is what it is. We really have no scouts here now. I was expecting the enemy to come to me, so I wouldn't have to need them. So I can't see how this could possibly go our way. Yeah, we should be engaging the enemy very quickly. I think I'll move up jeep. A couple of jeeps maybe. I do need to move a little bit no matter what happens. Okay. Don't need to move all that much to be able to fire very accurately at a lot of targets. Right. More or less we're going to just assume the position at this stage. Hope that'll be enough. Still, we need to move something closer to trigger a reaction. Trigger reactions. Just keep shooting the enemy away as they appear. We have the numbers, but yeah, this is one of those missions where sacrificial units of some sort, a helicopter will be absolutely vital. What exactly can we see from down here? Actually not all that much. So this is not a good place to be, unless we're at the top of the hill here. The APCs would be slightly better targets than tanks. And they wouldn't be so costly to replace either, so we wouldn't lose so many points on them. I don't want to move them now. We have to be able to react to any kind of bombardment aircrafts. I think I'll move a little bit forward with the tanks. Not too much. We can't really see shit from here. That's not a horrible thing in this case, though. Ah, crap. What do we see? Not that much. Holding the APCs back for now. See what happens, basically. Yeah, this is a problem. That we cannot. Yep. We can't really win this. It's way too much anti-tank missile activity. Still, that's one tank loss and we lost the crew with it. That's still an acceptable casualty. And I couldn't really do this all that much differently no matter what, because these spotted us right from the beginning. They're basically doing the same thing I'm doing. And that's a lot of missiles. So, the suppression is the real problem now. Do you see? They're too far away. I might be able to suppress the Sacker teams though. Either way, the tanks are not going to shoot first. They're vastly larger targets than the jeeps are. Same problem goes both ways apparently. We don't have a huge amount of shots and we're not moving. Still, we have the ammo truck close by, so I'm not too worried. Seven targets. I don't think we can kill even 6 targets this time. The size seems to be the most important factor when shooting at these little platforms. So you don't want anything the size of a tank. Can I shoot the infantry with these? No, which is fine. I think there are going to be a lot more targets that we can still fire upon even at from these locations, so I'm not keen on moving too much. There doesn't appear to be aircraft coming our way. I don't think the ammo barges need to stick here. We'll start refilling these. They still have ammunition, but refills certainly wouldn't hurt. More or less do. It's retreating. Ah, it got damaged. That explains it. Alright, so we need to use tanks to get rid of the anti-tank missile squads. Don't think we can afford to really move well on this turn. We wasted so many shots to get shit done. We have other targets we could shoot? No. The anti-tank missile teams are gonna kill my jeeps though, if I can. Because I have nothing to return fire on infantry. Yeah, that should be enough. It's by no means great, but it's enough to play them out of the jam. Jesus Christ, jeep killing business. Right. Should have a couple of jeeps here. But I think we're better off at least holding most of these in place. Okay, we can send infantry forward. No, we can't because we're pinned. Someone here needs to move forward too. Just to encourage more enemies to reveal themselves. Deep is probably the cheapest option I have available. Right. What about the APC? There's no real hurry to do anything with them on this particular turn. Yeah, more Sagar teams. No, it's the old one. Aircraft! And it's going down. I'm just glad the SAM sites weren't a total waste. And they're gonna be immediately restocked, I think. Because they can never move. Except these were the ones that fired, and they are not being restocked. Yep, so it looks like we're gonna have to go back there after this turn. Well, we do have a lot of these trucks, so I'm not sure how much it matters. One here, we can send the other one here. Right, I think it's safer to go and replenish the SAM sites. We have no idea how many aircraft they have available, but this makes me think that it might not be out of our reach to reach a decisive victory here, but we cannot bring in the tanks or anything heavy in there now. We're still gonna take casualties. We haven't seen a single tank on the enemy side, and they are gonna have a lot of tanks. A lot of tanks, probably 2 to 3 times the amount of tanks we have. Time is really my biggest concern. We're gonna have some infantry, but I'm wondering how many really. This is a Sagar team I can't really do much about. This is becoming a bit of a problem because Even if this guy starts spotting something, I'm not sure if I could actually do anything about it. Yeah, only things I see are the Sagar teams. To be fair though, even with the helicopter we had to sometimes fly right over them to spot them. So I'm not too shocked that we can't spot things with the units we have here. I think I have to move in APCs to try to engage the infantry that's there. No, no we don't. We sort of do though. It's pinned now, but it's only pinned. Realistically, the tank should move up this hill. Yeah, we can't see anything from here anyway. That's gonna be dangerous, but they have a lot of supporting units waiting in positions. So I think that's something. It's a must thing rather than luxury here. If we don't get into that position, the enemy is basically going to stay silent, and we're not gonna achieve goddamn thing. We can leave one tank here to shoot at the Sacker teams. We probably should move these forward. They're at risk of being destroyed, sure, but it's still better than just waiting here and doing nothing. Don't really have the luxury of that, and I need some units that can destroy infantry to move forward. Jeeps are mostly doing fine. Don't really see a major benefit in moving them forward at the moment. Maybe here. Where it doesn't look like there's much there, and these guys can't really see shit anyway, so not sure what purpose they serve here. Might be better. I think it's still better if we move down here. Basically, you will try to get a couple of anti-tank units the southern edge to provide missile fire to the north. How well that works is a different matter. And what about the APCs? We probably should at least move closer if nothing else. There could be aircraft coming out right on top of us too. So maybe spread things out a little bit. Another unit lost, and he's gonna come back. Didn't lose anyone. Ah, surprise, but a nice one. Not sure what type of bomb that is. Fired, and we're gonna be replenished if we don't fire on a turn. We could reduce the missile range. Currently we're firing at the moment we see them. Not sure it makes much of a difference though. It's I think it's more of an issue that it's the first time you shoot at a target, so the accuracy will naturally be slightly lower. And they're out of ammunition. So yeah, we definitely needed to bring the ammo truck back here. A SAM site without a ammo refill is a pretty worthless thing. I'm expecting infantry here. Someone's gonna have to go and die for this. We are seeing more targets. So the scout, the sniper is doing his job. 2 T-62s. We can get rid of the Sagger teams, I'm pretty sure. We can also start using infantry to harass the Sagger teams. Where do we start seeing things? Somewhere around here. Okay, the bomb damaged one of our medium machine guns a little bit. That seems to be the full extent of it. Okay, someone's going to have to take down the tank. Rotate. Kill it. Kill the fucker. Thank you. Sweet relief. Kill him too. It's probably retreating at the very least. Rotate. Excellent. Right, what exactly can we do? The snipers seem to be fairly decent spotter, so we should be able to start spotting further units there pretty much immediately. What can you see? Nothing. Not sure if I should drive for the flags. Might be better to basically go a little bit north. That way, even if we don't really spot anything, we're gonna get a new angle of attack on these sides. Which sort of reminds me, we do want to keep things moving. There's enough jeeps here to keep us in control. I want to keep moving to the east so I can get a better angle of attack to the southern targets. What do we see? Yeah, more or less everything we need to see here, but we need to cover these areas. Okay, yeah, this is probably another important target than this. Problem is, how are we gonna get the necessary spotters there? This is supposed to come and refill these. We'll leave a little bit of space there for it. We could bring some of the tanks forward. I think we're gonna do that on the next turn. I mean, we can't just stay back forever anyway. And we've killed some of their tanks in that defensive line already, so they might not have that many units left there to cause me trouble. At the same time, need something extra. Not sure I want to shove these all that close to each other. There are still aircraft after all performing bombing operations, so just shoving everyone close to each other is asking for trouble. I mean, the SAMs are nice, but they're not exactly an impenetrable defense, at least not these type of SAMs in these numbers. So, we're more or less fine. I don't think we can respond to anything this guy reveals. Also, because it's moving on its own without any real command support, it's a little bit on edge. Not sure what would be a good place here anyhow. We would have to go all the way up here. But on the other hand, if we get all the way up there, we are in a very strong position. Everything's going better than expected, really. The fact that they're shooting at the jeeps means that their missile attacks will be mostly unsuccessful. And another Sagar team revealed. Problem is, I can't actually kill it with anything, so I can keep firing from there for a long time if I don't figure out something. Suppress the Sagar team. Destroyed the Sagar team, excellent. Right. Is that all they have? Usually they have infantry too, no matter what happens. But now I'm seeing tanks and anti-tank infantry only on their side. Would be preferable to me, makes things simpler. What do you need to see? Okay, at least we see the Sagar team. So these units will actually be in fairly good position to react to any unexpected happenings. Problem is, they're my only anti-infantry range unit pretty much. And they have a limited set of ammunition. and we're running out of the anti-infantry ammunition. I don't think these units will be moving anymore, really. Let's go. I think same with here. Yeah, we can sort of shoot here, but there's a ton of jeeps homing in on that already. So, the question becomes, where exactly are we going? This is buttoned, it's not gonna move anywhere. Need some company. These jeeps won't be able to achieve much, so there has to be a limit to what we can expect from them. Mostly we're hoping for reactions. I need to recheck what we see. Right, these are not really able to spot anything worthwhile anymore. We need to move at least to the area there. Maybe even further to the side. Yeah, this isn't a horrible place. I think I'll... no, I'm not gonna do a goddamn thing there. Need to move another set of jeeps here, while another set of jeeps move to a new firing position. We have to be careful with moving certain type of vehicles now, because the jeeps are on the move. They won't be able to provide too much cover. This is the only group of jeeps that can react to sudden appearance of enemy vehicles. Okay. I'm a little bit reluctant to go with the APC still. The anti-tank capabilities we've seen so far cannot possibly be all they have. They're waiting for us. And we still have time enough to throw other people there. Infantry reveals itself. We're gonna lose a sniper and a machine gun probably. We also have APCs close by. Please hit something. No one's even got anything. They killed my anti-air. They didn't kill it though. And we also didn't damage them. Pinned and ready. Doubt this can operate anymore. Yeah, it's lost 2 of its crew. Still. No fundamental major losses. Single tank loss. And one of the jeeps is retreating because it's shitting its pants for some reason. Guess it's because it's all alone here. At least we had enough of support from the APCs that they didn't slaughter our approaching infantry totally. We're looking for suppression effect, don't care about kills, just to have them retreating or at least pinned down. I don't want to suppress with the infantry we have here. You need to shoot at their anti-tank missile guy. 2% chance to hit. Well, it's gonna be suppressed, that's the important part. But we can't just suppress things like this. This is simply not good enough. Also wasting all our shots on something shitty like this. Please cause a casualty to it. Single guy lost would be a tremendous help. There we go. I'll take it. Suppress that one. Retreating. And you can't see that one for some reason. Fair enough. Hopefully that jungle there is gonna provide cover for us too. Okay, now we have at least a healthy group of men here. Then moving forward. So if there are targets here to be spotted, like that T-62 right there, you have the units here to actually spot it. It could probably be... no, it can't be fired from here. Pretty much have to come straight at it to shoot at it. Which is gonna be a problem. Okay, this guy has been probably damaged somewhat, so just escape. Trying to shove damage units in the front line is just gonna cause casualties. How am I going to take that down? We could fire on it from here, but that's a long way. Maybe from this, but there's the buildings and then there's trees, but in theory from somewhere around here, I don't think that's any better than going straight at it, because infantry could sort of weaken it and a tank can come in and just blast it away. We definitely don't want to go onto the hill here with anything that even resembles a vehicle, they have to have anti-tank capabilities there. Or at least ready to shoot anyone who goes there. Either way, not a good place to be. Same with this. We're sort of right in there in the open. Should be able to take the first line of heals. After that, we're in position to take the rest. Don't think there's any real point in staying here anymore. Yeah, we can react to things here, but I sort of think they would have reacted already. That's not always the case, though. That is certainly not always the case. But at the same time, we should seriously consider making some moves. Realistically, what do we even see? Range is still acceptable. We can cover that perfectly, cover that fairly well, and cover some areas here. So I don't think this group is in a bad position. It's guaranteed the safety of a lot of units in case trouble suddenly sprouts its head into areas we've already sort of gone through. On the other hand, we do have these, which almost are able to fire on the dug-in units here, maybe even can fire on them. There's no way I can shoot at that from here, but at the same time, we would, in a couple of turns we could fire on them though. I think that's worth taking. Chance worth taking. It could solve a lot of my problems without having me risking a huge amount of units to achieve that. I think I'm gonna keep. No. Someone's going to have to provide the cover. But I don't think we'll really benefit in any major way if we just sit here for now. So close. Maybe a bit too close. This could be. I'm not moving this. It's covering a lot of places I need to cover. I think these are best ones moved. They're shooting at okay places, but in a turn or two they're gonna be worthless. These can't shoot at anything worthwhile. We really need to. I think we need to go here in general. I'm also thinking that we probably want to wait for the other teams this time. He on his own is very unreliable. He's suffering so much from suppression that his missiles would be mostly inaccurate anyway. I think it's better if we just more or less hold our ground for now. I think these are okay where they are. For now. We could sort of do a 50-50 split. Send one of the squad to progress. Again, This might be an okay place, but it might turn out to be a waste of time. I'll leave the ammo barge with the guys who are already in position. Surprisingly little happening. I was expecting a lot more fighting at this point. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It might be a bad thing because the fighting might still be there, which means basically I'm not fighting the fights I need to fight to get things done. I think I don't want to move these. They're the only ones being really able to do any kind of suppression jobs here. Stagger team destroyed. Can you get rid of it? I really would like you to get rid of it. Please get rid of it. It's in a rough terrain, so it's hard to do damage. Right. Infantry first. Probably not snipers, though. Snipers can't handle casualties. I'm somewhat skeptical that these are actually empty. At least I see the tank now. Might not be a horrible idea if it fires on us. It can't effectively destroy the squad at this distance. In order to get rid of that, I would have to go into a place where, ooh, the tanks can probably fire on me. Right. Right, we just see infantry. More or less as expected. In order for us to be able to do anything useful, we need to be here. Same with this. In order for us to be able to shoot, we would have to get very, very close. Exactly what we see from here. This would allow us to cover all the important areas and allow the troops that have been sort of falling behind to remain where they are, at least in part. The goal was always to get closer to be able to fire on these targets if we want to. So this is just simply not acceptable. If I go there, I'll die. I forgot where the idiocy of the pathfinding. Well, all the smartness of it always goes where it's easiest to move. Sometimes that's just not a sensible thing to do. Ooh, new tanks. That is a target that we could potentially fire upon. Looks like we're seeing the infantry. That's something we could fire upon from there. Right, they're basically bottlenecking this. If I try to push through with any vehicle, there's a ton of tanks that can fire on it. So I need to move into positions where I can shoot at these. I don't know what that is. I think it's still somewhere here. Yeah, I can't quite see the... That's the spirit. That's perfect. You can't go there alone though, so a friend. Yeah, there might be additional targets we can shoot at from this angle. Our group will continue on, I suppose. Try to go here. Yeah, it's another new area that we can cover. Not bad at all. We don't have a huge amount of shots. 8 with that group. 8 with this group. Enough to handle quite a few tanks. Hopefully they are not going to open fire yet. I'm hoping that they're going to hold fire. They don't realize yet how much has been revealed. And if we can get like a couple of tank kills, we might be able to push forward here in a much more decisive manner. What do you see? You see a tank. What exactly do we see? Oh yeah, we're definitely right there in the open. Yeah, they've been able to spot me for a long time, they just haven't opened fire yet. I'd be slightly suspicious if the APC act like this. Right. Not sure I want to stick my nose out yet, because that could easily fire, or if we shoot at it we might not actually cause casualties, so we get slaughtered. So I want multiple squads to be able to go up there, and on the same turn. I knew it. Sons of bitches were still holding back. So, glad I stayed with some jeeps. Also, as a bonus point, if there are additional units here, they're simply somewhat suppressed now. What about you? Okay, the all important repositioning. The shooting at here with these is a waste of time. It goes somewhere else. Um, we might not have to go that far somewhere else though. Yeah, we're targeting important areas, I feel. There's a good chance there's a tank there too, for example. So having someone cover that is not a horrible thing to do. Uh, Same thing here. We are covering important areas at an important angle. So I think I'll leave these guys here. This is a more trickier thing. We're not really showing anything new. Maybe ability fire there. I'm not sure how important that is. Fairly unimportant targets to shoot at, I think. We could go south, because even these tanks might be able to see the T-62 there. It's not actually a horrible idea. Right. What do you see? Almost nothing useful. This is important. We need to more or less check what we see on every X. When do we get to see those? Now. I'm hoping that they don't spot me. I'll leave things here. I'm still thinking of staying here just in case something new pops up there. But you... Right, the tank can definitely see us. We're pinned to the point we can't do shit. Yeah, this is not a healthy place to be. What about you? We've been firing the Stagger team so much. Yeah, we could definitely fire at the tank. I'm inclined to hold my position. As said, there's nothing to indicate that they're aware of that I can see them. Fingers crossed. Yeah, not even close. Sand destroyed. Still not too bad. It's not gonna be the only tank there. Just can't see the rest of his friends. Terrible shooting. 3 hits and he hasn't been destroyed. damage from each shot though. The casualties aren't terrible, but there's a limit, and we still haven't really. I feel like we haven't faced the best enemy can throw our way anyway, and I've missed. Some of the tanks have disappeared again. Okay, let's start the infantry. It's usually the safe bet. How to deal with that? Okay. So he's the one that did the murdering job. And I can't see shit. Holy fucking shit. The entire squad shot to death with a single blast. I can just see the goddamn tanks. I can't do anything about that. Ah, shit. Just casualties. Pointless casualties. I need this guy dead. It's hard to tell what exactly do we see because it's constantly popping up there as a target. I'm out of high explosive ammunition. Yeah. Couldn't do any kind of suppression job even if I wanted to at this point. There we go. Jesus Christ. That was pain. Yeah, this is a problem. Anything I bring here that isn't a vehicle can get wiped out immediately. And if I bring in a vehicle, it can certainly be wiped out immediately. Hope for a hit. Probably see crew. I'm still not sure we should stay there. Again, we will not be spotting all of their available tanks at the moment. I would definitely like the infantry to be able to go in there first. There's a good chance pretty much every building also has some infantry. Right, we lost important infantry squad. But it's still just an infantry squad and it wasn't even the... Not sure if it was the command squad. Still a lost squad. Not a good thing to happen. There are way too few tank corpses here. I might be able to suppress the T-62. The word there is might, though. That's not an encouraging word when you're going up against a heavy tank and you have a anti-air machine gun as your heaviest weapon. Same time, I gotta do something soon. We are at halfway point, and we have no idea how much fighting is still left. What could you possibly even fire at? I suppose targets here. You have 4 missiles, you have 4 missiles, so I don't think the ammo truck needs to stay and keep you company. At the same time, and the ranges could also start to be a little bit too much. And I'm sort of just... a lot of this is covered already by other units. Ah, crap. I think these anti-air missile sites would work better if you would reduce the range a little bit. Now they're firing the second they enter the map, which usually just means you have a lower chance of hitting them. At the same time, the range would still have to be significant, so I'm not sure if it would make much of a difference. And these are so far away from the actual units we need to protect, so I feel like I could be causing more trouble than doing good by altering the ranges. Yeah, I think we can basically abandon the couple of jeeps that are here. It does not make sense to keep them there. The M group here, or M section, is doing the same job basically, and they're much closer. Can we see the tank? No, we can see the infantry. I don't think we can go to a location where we can just see the tank. The terrain is against it. But where should we aim to go then? If we go this close, it's going to be a problem. We could try to sort of just keep moseying to the east, because there's no telling that this isn't covered by enemy vehicles of some sort. So having a missile cover there now would basically mean any trouble popping up there later, and it's going to be immediately taken care of. Alternatively, we can try to go for the tank behind the building, but I'm not sure that's a good idea. We also have a lot of other units going there, so they can sort of handle it. I'm not gonna do this with every unit, but I sort of want to get an idea where we start to be in the sweet spot. This covers both these rear flags quite nicely. Right, I think this is a good place for a few jeeps. They might never get to see any real action, but on the other hand, they might be absolutely crucial if something unexpected pops up here. We have jeeps almost everywhere covering something, so I don't see the harm in this. It's an insurance policy. We're out of ammo, right? You've moved? Right, so go get a refill. Size left. I think I want to position myself where the tanks are. Right, this might not be able to achieve all that much. That's fine. It's offers quite a bit of safety for tanks, I feel. In case something unexpected pops up anywhere near here, the tanks don't have to be the first ones to fire. Alright, what do we see? These were positioned to take down tanks. So these are positioned to take down units behind the buildings. Might not be able to fire at all, but if something unexpected pops up there, we've got the unit to handle it. This was there to take down the tank that's now taken down. So these really serve no purpose again. I'll go to this little hill. It should allow me to fire at most targets here. Okay, these guys had no point staying where they are. They can fire at the somewhat interesting targets, but still the same that's covered by something else already. So a little bit of a repositioning isn't gonna do us any harm here. A sniper. Easy to get rid of, but also sort of worthless to get rid of. They're valued at a single point. That said, I also think we probably should move on with a lot of these. They have no anti-infantry high explosive ammunition, so they couldn't deal with the infantry anyway. I'll just go and get a refill for a couple of tanks. Can you shoot at anything useful? I don't think so. We can shoot behind this particular tank there, so if there are units there, this might be the only anti-tank unit capable of doing something like that. On the other hand, we need anti-tank capabilities with it. This has the ability to act as provide suppression fire, so this is gonna stay. And this is nowhere near action, which is no good. Okay, halfway point on the mission, everything still more or less looks fine. Yep. Please don't die. Okay, things again went fairly well. If we now don't move, 4 units will get replenished. Right. The big positive on this turn was that they're revealing new tank units, so AA guns. Where's the tank that fired? It's not this one. There's someone else. Ooh, here we have. A platoon of tanks suddenly appear there, out of nowhere. Yeah, you probably don't see any of them. Right, excellent. So there's no way I can take them down now, no matter what I want. But thinking a bit behind spreading the jeeps about is at least solid. Okay, infantry first. Just suppress the shit out of them. Are we in danger if we bring a vehicle? Yes. Incredible danger. But as long as the AA gun is there, we are in a bad place with infantry in general. It could be counted as a vehicle, I suppose, and I might be able to shoot missiles at it. Yeah, it's destroyed. Well, that solved that particular problem. Five targets. What are the five targets you're supposed to be seeing? Yeah, you see the tanks. Try to suppress that. We are in a position to go with a tank there and start shoot it away. It's not without its risks. And losing a tank is pretty much the worst thing possible that could still happen to us. Would be... No, it's not within range of my anti-tank weapon. I sort of wanted to shoot at the infantry, because it's going to have a limited amount of shots no matter what. If it fires at the infantry a couple of times, it's incredibly vulnerable to be taken out. What exactly do we see? I think I was more or less happy with what we see. We have other units elsewhere that may be in better positions. Right, this just gets the angle where we can shoot at. Reduces it a little bit. Don't see any major benefits from it. I'm also thinking we should try to consider moving closer here. So we could basically cover this area with missiles. And the only way to do that is to take positions here. I'm not sure I want to move everyone there. These two guys are in a fairly good position. At the same time, a single jeep going forward probably isn't going to achieve much. Two guys going forward, on the other hand, could maybe even take flags. But it's not. We're not at that point yet. Right. They're right there where I can't quite shoot at them. Where could I shoot them from? Pretty much. It's pretty impossible to do it. This is not a bad place overall. Pretty much as good as it's gonna get, right? Same thing here. We've got most of the important places covered. See a retreating infantry unit. If the R1 fires, there's 3 tanks that can basically return fire. But at the same time, I'm not sure This is the entire point these vehicles exist. So I should take the shot anyway, even though I might die because of it. Still see the other 2, right? No. That is excellent. They're buttoned up. And we are in a pretty good place to react to anything else. The rear of the buildings are covered and all. I'm mostly pleased with this. The thing is what to do with these. Don't really see them providing any useful things here. I could try to maybe push closer. Have an additional yeah, it's not sure how I should do it. I think this is actually a better place in general because we can they have to do something. There's no way the jeeps can go close and just blast them away. That's a detriment to the jeeps. But if there's any kind of maneuvering that they want to do, there's now 2 anti-tank missile jeep sections here covering them. I mean, if they move forward, we can fire on them. If they move backward, we can fire on them. There's just no safe spaces for them to be on. Like, it's the one goddamn hex we can't target no matter what. Right. God damn it. You can still keep this slow pace going for a while, not long. 4 targets? You can see the tanks right there. This can be here providing support fire in case there's additional infantry. Sniper is pretty worthless. Doesn't mean I want to throw it away, and it can always keep an eye out on the tank there. Not sure what to do with these. I suppose it's a confirmation that there are no real tanks here. We need a refill, so we're not moving. Can't shoot at shit. And not sure if this serves. This can do suppression fire. It's the only tank that still can. And I think we're doing the what the hell are we gonna do with these? And currently nothing. But I think the T-62 needs to be taken care of on the next turn. Otherwise, we're gonna run a problem with the time. Hidden infantry suppressed. Hidden infantry. Three hidden infantry squads. Everyone's been counter suppressed a little bit. Or, right, we're gonna lose the sniper. Jeeps. Yeah, now it's free for all brigades apparently. It's going down. We got our high explosive ammunitions, and yeah, now they're showing their locations. I don't think we're doing particularly badly now either, but we're definitely getting closer to the threshold where, yeah, things are gonna turn to shit. So, where were the tanks? Hello, tank. Hopefully we can quiet you down quickly. What else did we see? This is good because this is close to their core areas here. Ready, ready. A lot of infantry. Ready. Yep, definitely have to make some moves now. And there's a BTR-40 here. Right, I wondered where the hell that fire came from. Anyway, gotta make some moves. Now time is starting to be an issue. So the suppression fire wouldn't hurt. The tanks can probably shoot here somewhere. We need to go through the infantry very quickly, so that's why the suppression fire. 6 targets. Only infantry. So suppression fire is. Don't have a huge amount of shots. They have 2 more. Still, I think we got the job done. Survivors disperse. Yes, we did. I don't want to move that yet. Retreating infantry. This can be used to take down the tanks here. Or die to those tanks, whatever. One or the other. Hidden infantry again. No, not hidden infantry, but knowing infantry. Okay, what exactly can we do? Who do you even see? Routed infantry. They're mostly just retreating. Which means they're gonna be back in action on their own turn. Okay, where's the rest of the infantry? Go for suppression. Especially since we haven't moved yet. The accuracy would be respectable at least. Buttoned up. It's retreating. Okay, better than expected. I'm guessing we have caused significant casualties here then. Otherwise it would certainly not be retreating. Also, we should have other infantry units here. You don't need to really move, but you need to suppress something, especially this retreating unit. It needs to be routed. C6 targets. Mostly tanks. Not sure if I should suppress the tanks. I feel like I'm asking for trouble. At the same time, I've got to do something about them too. Not exactly expecting a lot of huge results because of that, but it might make a difference. Could also be totally worthless waste of time. Shit. Right. If I go there, I can probably start shooting at tanks. Anything useful? Still, the proximity of these units is what triggered these tanks to do something. Three tanks taken out in exchange for a jeep. That's not a bad trade-off. Yeah, there's gonna be more of these here. A good chance it. And please hit. Are we out of ammunition? We are totally out of ammunition. So shit. You're out of ammunition. No, you're not. You just already fired, probably. Okay, this is pretty bad. This is probably dead. That cannot be the only tank here. Ooh. Tank we need to take out is retreating anyway, so is there a point for me pushing forward? This is our only missile vehicle here that's still operational. Yeah. Trying to escape and they don't want to let me. evades the missile. Ah. Not exactly perfect, but we've taken out half a dozen tanks on this turn. 4, maybe 5. We could potentially take out those or the T-62. Problem is, I need to know, do we have infantry here, anyone? Right, I need to know at what position can I actually see the enemy tanks. Can you see them from here? No. Can't really see them from here either. So what exactly is the thing blocking us? I don't get it, because there's an obvious line of sight here. We can go with something a little bit smaller to see. No, that's not it. I can't see shit. Can't see shit. Well, now this is actually becoming somewhat of a problem. Where do we need to go to see anything here? Well, that would be it. Mystery solved. This is a smaller target than the tank, though. They will hit the tank. Let's say I have 6 turns time to do something, so running out of time. I need to be able to make moves. In order for me to shoot at that tank, though, I don't actually need to go where those two T-55s can shoot me. Didn't have to destroy the tank. Because I can. I think I'll stay here and save my shots. What about you? See anything useful? Not even remotely. We probably could fire there. Yeah, but the thing is, we don't even have to necessarily take these tanks down. Something to consider. That was never part of the problem here, so we could go for the rear flags and just leave the situation here sort of to fester. It's a perfectly fine option, actually. You need to move units here that can shoot missiles. Yeah, we don't need all that many units here. Four ammunition, 1 ammunition. New move. Please refill. And these can now act as our backups, although they were fairly piss poor at shooting at the targets that appeared here, right? Might still be able to contribute though. So what do we do? If I go there, the T-55s can certainly shoot. This was here for the purpose of suppression, and that's no longer an option. I suppose I could go for a refill then. Don't really have a huge amount of time for refills. Shoot at the T-62, I don't think it's worth it, but that does mean someone's going to have to pour additional suppression fire on that. I don't want to take the chance of it being able to fire back at us without too much opposition. If we go there, we're gonna get shot by the tanks. Could send units north, I suppose. Just so we have something to clear up this place from potential APCs and other armored vehicles. Jeeps can't do anything anyway to anyone there. But if that tank is able to be in operational condition, I am in big trouble. What can you even fire at? Right. Again, I think if we show our face there, we're gonna get it shot off. So go and suppress the situation there. Same thing with you, pretty much. And you. These targets. Suppressing, that's the biggest problem we have. Even a point or two of suppression could be the difference between us getting the necessary kills that ruin our day versus us being able to keep it routed. Harass the infantry. We have a chance to push it away from this area permanently from the cover places, so I want to take that. There's a couple of jeeps we still have to go through. This is in a fine location, really. Or is it? It's no, I don't think so. It barely sees anything. I'm just not sure if there are any good positions to be in anymore. If the positions we can take are positions where the enemy can fire back, and we might have to just accept that. Well, it is what it is. Not much I can do about it. I can't really go to the areas here either. because the tanks will start firing at me. At the same time, what I want to do is sort of try to drive toward the flags no matter what happens here. Basically have a little bit of an insurance policy. Might not bear fruit, but who the hell knows. Clickety clickety click. Two clickety clickety clicks. The third one is not. From routed to being able to fire is a huge speed already. Getting fucked. Casualties, destroyed tanks, okay, they're different tanks firing at us. Makes more sense. Not sure why they're shooting at my snipers though. Yeah, it's a new set of tanks. Still, the T-62 basically got rid of all the suppression. Went from routed to ready. This is a worthless tank. Actually, it's not. Has no suppression and it got shot twice. That's a miracle. So same situation as with the other tank. Couldn't kill it though. This is a nightmare. One of the jeeps will see that tank. I'm certain of that. Are we out of ammo? Yes, we are, but we're also gonna get replenished. Thinking of sending this this jeep to the final flags to basically approach it from two directions with two jeeps. You're out of ammo. Just the ammo truck. No ammo vehicles could also be sent to the flags, I suppose. It's gonna take a lot of time to recharge the shots, so I don't think they can contribute anything useful anymore. We could shoot at the vehicle we see, but it's a shitty, meaningless vehicle, so I don't know if I want to shoot at it. Out of ammo? Oh yes. Can't see shit. Can't see anything important. But gotta do something. Right, there's just a huge amount of infantry ready for action that we can't really do anything about. We might be able to get into a position to harass these guys. No. It's always just a little bit in the incorrect location. Thank you. You actually have spare ammunition. Okay, not a good situation to be in, but at the same time, progress has been made again. There's way too much infantry and units in general capable of doing something. Ready, pin, ready, ready, ready. They had massive success in rallying this turn. Just they're basically going to kill all infantry that shows their face here, and the tanks aren't exactly going to help the situation at all. I can shoot at some random faraway target. Can you shoot at that, please? You're gonna die if you don't. Sniper man might be able to suppress an infantry squad. And retreating. Pinned. Ready. Retreating. Ready. With the rest of the tanks, we'll have to think a little bit more what we want to do with them. This is critical time. If things go our way from this, we're still gonna get the decisive victory. If we're going to stumble a little bit, it'll turn into a marginal one. And I don't want to replay this. Feels like I'm replaying every mission now. We need to do something about the T-62 though. Same time, this is not going to be the unit to be able to do it. So, keep the infantry off my back. Well, this could do something in theory. I think it can do anything in practical terms. Infantry went too far away. This guy is basically not going to do anything no matter what. We just want to prevent it from being totally destroyed. Also, these tanks were a problem. I probably should have shot one of the other tanks first with the jeeps. I wasn't exactly in a good position to fight anyway. I moved more jeeps here to be ready to fire before starting the little fight. Still, I've got to do something. 5 turns left. I don't have the time to wait some kind of miracle to just happen. Hello there. You might die. Luckily not, though. Way more infantry than I thought there would be. Alright, with this I can at least cause trouble for them. Maybe play them out somehow. We technically could have a chance to take down the tank. The problem being, the moment I move here, there's going to be infantry reaction to it. But I don't see I have another choice. It's a question, can this infantry squad see me? If it can, it'll drive me away. If it can't, I can at least attempt an assault. Wondering, yeah, I could shoot somewhere from here. Might be able to do it. Pin is not good enough. It's not guaranteed to achieve a goddamn thing, but at least it's a possibility to start unlocking the block here. And there was additional infantry that did the same thing. It's the HQ spin squad, expected to be the HQ squad. The tank didn't fire back though, that's fairly important. Not sure it matters too much though. Was enough to prevent me from doing anything. And we still have our own tank in a position where the T-62 cannot possibly destroy it. We got 3 hits on it, didn't destroy it, so things didn't exactly go well for us. We could try and go and suppress it. I'm not sure how bad of an idea that is, because we can't leave it like this. Problem is, we got it routed once and it didn't give 2 shits about it. And we fire on a lot of retreating or routed units. There's probably 2 squads here, that's why I'm firing them on that. Yeah, it's time to take some chances. I want to stay here though. I don't think so. We need to get into a position where we can resupply multiple jeeps the next turn. Get them back into fighting. I feel a lot of this could have been avoided if I had a little bit of a... if I had a proper spotting unit somewhere. Right, I need to keep an eye out on this area. At the very least, there's gonna be a tank or 2 extra there. What about you? Hardly matters, can't move anyway. You have 2 shots. Likely can't use it for anything good from this position. At the same time, we are the only ones targeting that particular area. What about you? He's no good. Right, at least we're supporting this area. this area. Same thing here. This could be a waste of time sitting here, but it could be a vital position. Similar here. So don't really dare to move too much. Not sure about this. I think we would be better off basically trying to go for the flags. There might be some units I haven't really moved yet. Infantry squad ready for action. Where to go? Don't think I want. Yeah, we have a couple of tanks that we can still possibly do something, and I think we're gonna have to start moving forward. Doesn't really matter what that something is, but something needs to be done now. I also need to start taking chances a little bit. Don't have the time to not take chances. Yeah, we're getting. I'm not sure. Okay, it certainly looks like if we stay up here, we can never really shoot at them. In order to do that, we need to come below this particular hill there. These are another matter. Do I want to stay here? I don't think so. Technically, this isn't a horrible place to be, though, and if it retreats directly backwards, we can certainly destroy it. Okay, I think these two are the, or rather, this one is the bigger thing. In order for us to go after the tanks, we will have to go to the road. I'm pretty sure the next step I'll take will provide a line of fire, which I don't want to take now. We have other units to at least act as a decoy first. Might give me a much better option. But yeah, time is running out. And it could fire still. Bullshit. Bullshit. Yeah, this is just gonna cause more casualties. I'll still save somewhere. There's no telling really how much it's gonna cost me. The thing is, there hasn't been quite a huge amount of enemies I needed to destroy this time. Yeah, surprise, surprise, there are tanks there. Where's my jeeps at? Don't see shit. See shit, and shit it is. Out of ammo. Oh yes. Clickety clickety click. They're also ready for action. Holy shit, they have anti-tank guns too. Yeah, I think I'm basically biting on a shit sandwich with this. Didn't do any good, we lost half our ammunition. Half ammunition part isn't the problem though. Ah, at least something gets done around here. Are we covering the same location still? Yes. No, not really. We need to move. Right, there's gonna be more tanks there. Ah, god damn it. I blame the preview for the scenario for my troubles this time though. I definitely would not have chosen this setup. I might have had more trouble with things like aircraft, but I would have been in a much better position to take on anything else. And the tank is again ready for action. And it's retreating. I don't get the tank. It's a mystery to me how it functions. It's in perfect operational condition or retreating wildly. Those are the two modes it has. I think we can basically just rush forward without too much concern for anything. The useful targets? Oh yes, the anti-tank guns. They're terrible, generally speaking. That's why I don't buy them either. They're fairly cheap, but they're at an era where no one hit at longer distances, so they don't have a huge amount of fire control systems. It just is no longer really true, so it doesn't work. Also, you probably should have spent your shots on some other targets or whatever. Gotta go. Kill it. No! That's like the fourth damaging hit on it. And it refuses to budge. It's just so frustrating because the first hit could have easily destroyed it, and I could have avoided a lot of trouble because of that. Now it just fucking keeps on going and going and going. Also, I need to try to take a chance on the T-55s now, which is a big risk, but I don't have the time anymore. Can't actually see shit though. Why can't I see anything? Seriously? Right, it's like there's some kind of a magical area there that blocks all sight. I guess there's Well, there's really no change in terrain either. Just lights. Yeah, now we are here because we showed our rear armor to the enemy instead of our front armor, but whatever. Well, worked both ways, I guess. That one can't see anything anymore. Just spotting it. I don't really care about the light weapons fire. Thing is, I really need to try to take it out. It's impossible pretty much to determine when it's in a condition where you can go next to it unless it's roused. The infantry can make an A attempt on it, nothing more. This will suppress it to the point we can and then just cross our fingers and hope for the best. Yay? You motherfucking piece of crap. Definitely moving though. No matter how bad the situation is, it's waiting time's now over. We're gonna lose because they got too many kills, not because we couldn't get all the flags. I was sort of hoping that they don't have a huge amount of tanks still waiting for us. There's someone here with this guy on this square or hex. It's obvious, but for the life of me I can't see what the hell it is. What it even could be. Right. Without a doubt he still has units left. That's the biggest goddamn problem of all. I have no idea where they are and what units they will be. The T-62 isn't retreating though, is it? At least it pulled back now. Oh shit, we're dead. Immobilized? Yeah, it's like a single guy, there's nothing more. Okay, maybe a few more than that single guy. What can you do? Nothing. Might as well shoot at the tank, can't do anything else. Who do you see? Just the tank. Not sure I want to fire at the tank. I should fire at the tank because it's the biggest problem I have, but it's not the only problem I have. This anti-tank gun, for example, it's not really going anywhere. I didn't have any casualties, so I could have easily get back to firing safe shape. And another one. Shit. No ammo. Some ammo. Nothing to shoot at. Well, I could shoot at the anti-tank gun. It's not a horrible target, I suppose, but I don't think we can really afford that. No, we can't afford it. Too few jeeps have ammunition that are in an acceptable place. Need to go after flags. You're charging ammo. Not a horrible target to fire, but it's still just a routed anti-tank gun. That's not that important of a target for us. I'll retain the jeep here. If anything unexpected pops up, this is still in a fairly good position to try to contribute something. Same here. This provides a valuable service in addition to that. It spots the movement of the units that go in there. You have an actual warhead. Shit. I could fire. Yeah, I think it's better if we fire. We have a replacement jeeps, 3 of them. Can't fire on it. Okay, because I don't have any more shots. If there are new tanks that destroy my tanks, it's going to go to marginal. Okay, nothing happened. I still don't want to save anywhere existing. It's a good chance it's a failure either way. Right. Let's check. They abandoned the tank guns. There's a lot of retreating and routing, but not everyone is in that condition, so they have to be shot a little bit more. But more or less, things are looking very good for us. I think we still should start with the infantry. We don't know what's waiting for us. Ooh, they abandoned the tank. Never got destroyed. I'm a bit salty about that. That motherfucking tank. It gave me more grief than anything else. And we're so pinned. Oh, okay, I thought it was the tank. It's not. Kills. Go full in and try to get. Oh shit. Full in, try to get as many kills as possible. Their anti-tank gun, which is retreating. So I think we've caused quite a lot of trouble for them. Their morale can't handle anything anymore. They're just constantly retreating. There we go. Yeah, the anti-tank gun's gone. Definitely have enough time to get everything we want. It's a retreating unit. It means it will do return fire. Won't do shit anymore though. Even if they have some units here and there still operational, I think this is the point where that won't matter too much anymore. Why can't you shoot that? Ooh, slightly smoky. Because we are getting so many casualties. Or they are taking so many casualties. Even if it doesn't happen nearby, it's army-wide mass casualties. Another anti-tank gun, 2 of them. There had to be more than one, yeah. Okay, this is something I did not foresee at all. I don't think anyone would have actually used shitty weapon systems like these anymore. But apparently I was wrong. Another one. And another. And more fire. Well, they're the same ones. Okay, someone's going to have to silence them. Tanks are probably the best ones to do it if we can just target them. Right, not this tank though. Bit too close for comfort. Not really doing proper suppression. There we go. And it's retreating. Don't really see a reason not to continue firing on it. Right, it's probably routed at this point. Need to keep making progress. Can't stay and hold positions anymore. Hint, not good enough. Destroyed. Better. I'm thinking of not doing anything with the tank quite yet. We don't have that many operational tanks here that can do anything, so better to move them last in case something unexpected pops up. Another couple of squads destroyed. We don't really have easy targets here anymore. Might as well shoot whatever we can. Not holding back anything for return fire. Don't want there to be any return fire. We don't technically have to go here. thinking of not going there, because there could still easily be a tank there and there, and it could easily stay there until it's too late for it to do anything. So I don't see a point in throwing away APCs and effort to satisfy my curiosity about the thing. It'll react once we have control of the flags, if there's anything to react to. Holy shit, P-55A. Okay, where are the jeeps? Probably can't see what I want to see. Right. You. You exist for this one particular purpose. You did your jobs admirably. Didn't destroy the target, but 2 missiles right in the holes. It's not going to be doing all that much. Probably thinking about doing something completely different. Right, it's routed. Other casualty. There are gonna be further surprises like that. Hopefully by that time the casualties are modded to the point it doesn't matter anymore. Come on, kill it. No, you didn't kill it. Yeah, at least that's been replenished. How about you? More replenished, ammo not replenished. So we're not moving anywhere. What do you see? Not much. And too little actually. What about you? I think I'll move a little bit to the side, try to get a better firing angle. So, what are you gonna do now? The precious flags have been taken. Well, same thing here. We're just gonna move into position and prepare to fire at the retreating units. What about you? Right, I think I'll hold position here. There's a good chance there's still a trouble somewhere here, and this is in a perfect position to respond to that. I'll do the same thing here. Just move into a more obvious firing position. Ooh, it evades, and we're out of ammunition. What about you? Again, seek better position. I'm thinking of not pulling at any of this damaged infantry back into fighting. Yeah, we sort of... Ooh, that's enemy HQ. We wouldn't happen to see it or anything. No point giving them free kills. Also, if we get the enemy HQ, that's pretty much the nail in their coffin. 5% chance to hit? That's bullshit. I only moved a single goddamn X. Clickety clickety click. This was the one we were saving for something unexpected happening. Enemy HQ is an acceptable target as far as I'm concerned. Last tank, high explosive shot though. But we got the job done. They're retreating. Right. Looks good on my end. Unless they have some kind of major force still somewhere. I think they might have infantry and minor units here and there, but for the most part they're gone. And the APCs can overwhelm it. Okay, they have new T-55 somewhere. They're shooting at my command unit. And yeah, pretty much where I expected it to be. So, we can end things on this turn. Clickety clickety click. Doesn't particularly matter though, we have so many jeeps in position now. Ah, right. Nothing new picking up. Nothing important. All the guns have been abandoned. They could still very well be a lot of units there, but I think, even if they are, they're gonna be in big trouble at this point. I'll leave the tanks for last simply because we might want to react to something. Closest target is too far away. These guys are too damaged to risk. Most enemies are routed, so we can just ride next to them and put them out of their misery. Still full infantry squads here. Have to be somewhat careful. Yep, and an AA gun. The infantry is not that big of a problem, but it would still be better if a further away unit would suppress it first. Not sure how aggressively I want to drive here. Again, if there are additional infantry squads waiting for us. At the same time, I'm not sure if I have the luxury of waiting no matter what I think about. Just need to get kills, kills, kills. On the next turn, we'll take all the rest of the flags. Until that point, we'll get as many kills as we possibly can. Every point might count. Because we do have some decent casualties, but not any mass amounts of experienced units or expensive units, just here and there some damage to units. Not sure how much that matters, usually it's not that big of a deal. Destruction of the tank and destruction of the crew is expensive, not one or the other really. With damage, it doesn't seem to matter all that much. As long as it's still more or less operational, you're doing fine. G2. To get rid of the HQ, sure where's the best thing to go. You see it now? Yep. Kill the HQ, please. There we go. Of course, there was an anti-tank, anti-air gun still there. Doesn't really matter. Fired on the wrong unit. There's so many anti-air machine guns that, yeah, it suppressed all hell. But still, even at this point, they still have hidden units all over the place, causing me grief. Wait, you're out of ammunition? No, you fired. Not seeing anything useful. But could have been in a position to offer some aid, I suppose. Alright. We need to prevent the crew from reaching the flags. No point staying here. Out of ammo. I'm not sure if there's a point for everyone to move. The chiefs are unable to contribute anything useful really at this point anyway. At the most, some kind of a miracle tank still functioning here could be taken down. That's about it. They shouldn't be able to do anything anymore. They might have an infantry squad or two somewhere. Yeah, nothing. They went to the flags, but because they're routed, they cannot capture the flags. Right, this should be the end. Hopefully we don't have to redo things, because this didn't go at all badly. I think we screwed up in a couple of points, but even the consequence of those screw-ups weren't really as I felt. Yeah, we got a few extra casualties here and there, but mostly it was something like one of our tank got damaged. It's like that. I do need to get rid of the infantry on top of my flags just to be certain about that it can't take them. There's no point trying to risk here anything here. Not sure I want to go into the smoke there. I mean, there could be something there. On the other hand, I could just be causing myself casualties. The only real problem we could have still with this is that they didn't have all that many valuable units. On the other hand, they got one of our tanks. So hopefully it'll be enough. Right, do I want to go there? Not really, no. Go to the flags. Someone might still try to go there for some reason. As far as I can tell, he's the last unit left. So probably there are others. Okay, I can see another already. Is that it? Can't really see. There's one. Once I kill the unit and the crew, then it's the wild point where I get the full full amount of points awarded for killing it. Otherwise, I think I'll only get a small fraction. Surely there's someone who can still move on the crew we have there. It's not that vital of an issue, but still don't like leaving it there. Might be able to move a tank or two. We did save them up for later after all. And one of the snipers survived. Nope, I think it's going to have to survive. So, fingers crossed. Marginal or decisive. 1313 versus 172. Yeah, we could have lost one less tank, I feel, so that could have made the difference. You broke through the Syrians' lines too slowly. The Syrians were able to bring in more reserves and reinforce their lines in front of Damascus. Our offensive stalled, and we no longer have the troops to continue the drive into the Syrian capital. Both of our governments agreed to a ceasefire until further peace talks can begin. Your task force has been demobilized. You may return to your previous job before joining the army. So it's so little that matters. We lost 3 tanks, or that's how the casualties are counted. So that's enough. That's not a lot. I wonder at what point that happened though. This happened right at the start, the loss of C2. Right, that's nothing I can do about, but I feel the problem started when we started to go after the T62, because I think it counted some of the M11 3A2SS as tank losses. So that would be enough, and maybe some of the Jeeps. So that would be enough to make the count go against us. Honestly, I don't want to replay this from the start. I don't see much going differently. I would still have to use Jeeps. I might be able to spot things better, but I still would have to push through these. Push through the vehicles, which, yeah. This is actually not a bad place, because it started with the trouble with these. There's only one unit that I think I can attack them, and it's a risk of being destroyed immediately. This is basically based on a couple of dice rolls. The attack that we did against the T62 didn't go our way, and that's where the critical amount of casualties came. So I'm gonna end the recording there, but I think I'm gonna continue from something like this and do an alternative ending, because it's taking this fully from the start would basically be the same shit anyway. And I don't want to do it. This way we'll just have to play less than half of this. It's a few critical moments replayed for a better result.